Colchuck Peak stands at 8,705 feet, making it the 33rd tallest mountain in Washington. The mountain is situated along a granite ridgeline headed by Mount Stewart, known as the Stewart Range. This ridgeline, like Yosemite and much of the Sierra Nevada range, is known as a batholith, or a mountain range formed by the surfacing of magma that cooled deep in the Earth's crust. These are commonly identified by the abundance of granite and unique rock formations caused by the merging of multiple masses of cooled magma. The name Colchuck comes from the Chinook word meaning cold water, which is the well-fitting name of the lake at the foot of the mountain from which the mountain gets its name. Colchuck, along with its neighboring peaks, Dragon Tail and Argonaut Peak, lie within the wilderness known as the Enchantments, where a difficult-to-obtain permit is required for camping between May 15th and October 31st. Climbing Colchuck in March meant that we did not need this permit to camp, and a break in the typical March weather gave us the opportunity to check this one off the list. We set out from the car near Icicle Creek at 9:30 a.m. Before the permit season opens, the gate to the trailhead is usually closed, so one can expect to walk the 4 miles of Northwest Forest 7601. Earlier in the season, it would be much easier to snowmobile that distance, but by this point the road was mostly melted out, with only the last 1.5 miles having good snow coverage. The elevation gain on this road is minimal, and it took us about 1.5 hours to reach the trailhead. From there, the hike is mostly flat through a section of trees until a bridge crossing about 1.5 miles in. After that, the trail becomes progressively steeper. Hard-packed icy snow covered the entire trail when we were there, but it was melting quickly towards the base. Skinning was still an option for most of the ascent to the lake. Lake Colchuck itself remained well frozen over such that we could walk across it to camp at the base of the gully. At camp, we melted snow, made dinner, and prepared for the coming day. We started up from the gully from our camp at the lake. The ascent route is very straightforward and direct, heading directly for the saddle between Colchuck and Dragon Tail Peak. This ascent goes up the small sunlight-sheltered Colchuck Glacier, which tends to have fantastic snow for skiing due to the shadowing it receives from the towering walls of surrounding granite. From the saddle, the easiest ascent to Colchuck is made up the East Ridge, a mostly Class 2 and low Class 3 scrambling route in summer, and a mild snow climbing route in winter and spring. From the summit, you'll see some of the best views possible of Mount Stewart's world-famous North Ridge, along with Dragon Tail and many of the granite spires of the Enchantments. For those with skis, Colchuck and Colchuck Glacier is a great go-to when the snow elsewhere is deteriorating. For those who just want to climb, the summit offers phenomenal views into one of the most unique geological areas in Washington.